I welcome all of you to this presentation on measurement and evaluation, concept, differences and limitations. In my earlier address, the concept of measurement in education has been discussed in detail. Now here we will move on to evaluation. How is it defined? What does it mean? Its importance in education? How is measurement related to evaluation? Along with this, we will also study about the limitations of measurement in education. Content included in this presentation are meaning of measurement, meaning of evaluation, evaluation process, definition of evaluation, comparison of measurement and evaluation, limitations of measurement and evaluation. Moving on to the meaning of measurement. Measurement is understood as the assignment of numerals to events and objects according to certain rules. Important points to be considered here are: Number 1. Identification of attributes or features. Measurement is always concerned with certain attribute. Such attributes and features are measured and not the object itself. For example, we measure intelligence, aptitude, attitude of a person and not the person himself. Number 2. Numerals are used to represent quantities of the attribute. Here in measurement, numerals are used to represent quantities. We can say measurement involves quantification. Quantification indicate how much or to what extent that particular attribute is present in particular object or person. A score of 90% on biology test indicate that much of knowledge of subject a child has. Number 3, numbers are assigned according to certain rules. In measurement, such numbers are assigned according to some rules. Usually such rules are of different types. Sometimes these rules are clear and explicit. For instance, when we measure the length and breadth of a table in centimeter or inches, the rules are clear. But in education and psychology, such rules are not so explicit as in case of physical measurement. So these are the main points to be kept in mind to understand the concept of measurement. Now let us understand what do we mean by evaluation. Measurement is different from evaluation. Measurement involves quantification. It is assigning of numerals according to certain rules, but evaluation is something more than measurement. It is quantification plus value judgment. Evaluation is appraisal or assessment to some standard. It involves quantification plus value judgment. The standards may be social, scientific or cultural. For example, when we measure a child's height as 30 inches and call him short, it means we have compared it with some standard to call him short. A child is short because he is shorter than the mean height of his age group. So we have evaluated his height. We have judged his height with reference to some standard. So evaluation include value judgment, judging with reference to some standard. Now let us look at the evaluation process. Evaluation process in education. Evaluation is a continuous process which revolves around three important points, as we can see in this diagram: educational objectives, learning experiences and change in behavior. All these aspects of education are very closely related to each other, and whatever changes in behavior of a child is expected are included in educational objectives. Educational objectives are nothing but whatever changes, whatever modification in behavior we expect in a child's personality after giving him education. So in accordance with educational objectives, such conducive school environment is provided to enhance child's learning, for providing learning experience to the students. Such experience influence the child's cognitive, psychomotor, and affective domain, leading to behavioral changes in the child's personality. So, evaluation process starts with the development of educational objectives and end with the behavioral changes in the child's personality. Hence, evaluation aims at attainment of educational objectives, and evaluation is a continuous process. It moves on, it goes on. Now we have discussed at length on evaluation. Now we understand what do we mean by evaluation, and what does it imply in the field of education. Coming on to the definitions of evaluation, there are different definitions mentioned here. They highlight different aspects of evaluation. Let us have a look on them. Tuckman defines evaluation as a process where a part, process, or outcome of a program are examined to ascertain whether they are satisfactory, particularly with reference to program's stated objectives, our own expectations, our own standards of excellence. So here we can easily see that whatever we are examining, part, process, or outcome of a program, we are examining with reference to some standards. They may be our stated objectives, program stated objectives, our own expectations, or standards of excellence. Quillen and Henna define evaluation as a process of gathering and interpreting evidences on changes in the behavior of the students as they progress through school. So Henna and Quillen highlight on the learning experiences which a child gathers in the school, and we evaluate those learning experiences depending on the change of behavior in the child's personality. Dandeker defines a systematic process of determining the extent to which educational objectives are achieved by pupils. We have discussed earlier that the aim of evaluation process is the attainment of the educational objectives. Evaluation center round educational objectives. Aim is to attain whatever educational objectives have been put forward. So these are the definitions of evaluation, and let's move on. Now let us have a look on the comparison of measurement and evaluation, how measurement differs from evaluation. There are certain points enumerated here. We will look at them one at a time. Measurement is said to be an old concept and evaluation a new concept. Earlier we used to talk of measurement, now we talk of evaluation in education. With the paradigm shift in the concept of education, now the emphasis is on holistic development of the child. We now don't limit ourselves to measurement and evaluation, but concentrate on the appraisal of different personality traits of a child with respect to some standards. Now we focus more on evaluation of a child's performance. So measurement is an old concept, while evaluation a new concept. In measurement, we study how much an individual's performance is, while evaluation finds out how satisfactory or an individual's performance is. Measurement is concerned with numbers to quantify the performance, whereas evaluation use data and information to judge performance. So it is something more than measurement. It uses the information provided by measurement to judge the performance of a child. In measurement, only quantitative progress of the pupil can be explored, while evaluation qualitative progress and behavioral changes are tested. Next is measurement is said to be objectives. Here numbers are there to compare and record, while evaluation is subjective, as the evaluator or the tool used in evaluation are subjective, and it consists of too many factors integrated together, so subjectivity automatically comes in. Measurement In measurement, results are expressed in numerals, whereas in evaluation, abilities are tested on the basis of some objectives. Evaluation is objective centered. It evaluates some objective, some prior objective of the program. In measurement, qualities are measured in separate units, whereas evaluation is quite comprehensive, in which qualities are measured as a whole. Measurement is a technique used to test a particular ability. Measurement just concentrate on particular capability, particular feature, particular attribute, and test that ability or attribute and provide number. Whereas in evaluation, previous effects and hence cause behavioral changes are tested. Evaluation emphasizes on the prior experiences of the child. On the basis of these prior experiences, the behavioral changes are tested and evaluated. Next is aims at measurement only. Aim of measurement is to provide number, just to quantify. But evaluation aims at modification of whole system, whole education system. Measurement is limited to examination. Evaluation is integrated with the whole education system. It looks at the education system as a whole. Measurement is independent of evaluation. It just measures, it just provides numbers, it just quantifies, whereas evaluation depends on measurement. On the basis of measurement, the numbers which are assessed, allotted, are evaluated. So measurement is independent of evaluation, whereas evaluation depends on measurement. Measurement is non-continuous. Whatever we are measuring, we just measure that aspect, that attribute, or that variable. But evaluation is continuous. It is integrated, it is comprehensive, it looks at the picture as a whole, then evaluates it. So these are the points of comparison of measurement evaluation. I hope this will help you a lot in understanding the concept of measurement and evaluation in education. Now in the end, we have limitations of measurement. Measurement allows extremely accurate and objective quantitative description of events. That is why it holds so much importance in any discipline. But in the field of education and psychology, there are certain limitations of measurement. Some of them are enumerated here. First of all, indirectness of measurement. Psychological and educational variables cannot be studied or observed directly. For example, we are concerned with the personality trait of a student like intelligence, aptitude, attitude, which cannot be seen directly. So its measurement depends on the sample of behavior which we measure indirectly. Next is incompleteness of measurement. Psychology and educational measures are incomplete measures in themselves. For instance, here the entire quantity of the attribute cannot be measured. It measures only a sample of an attribute. For example, we want to measure the attitude of students towards some practice, some ritual or custom. We may assess it on the basis of some sample. Such a sample must be a huge one. Still, There's no limit to this number. So we cannot say that we are whatever we are measuring is we are measuring completely. So say there is some incompleteness in measurement. Next is relativity. Measurement in the field of education and psychology is not absolute. It needs some reference group to interpret scores. For example, a child score on an intelligence test is just a raw score. It is interpreted with respect to some standard. Then only we can evaluate about his position. For example, another example, a child scores 60% in a language test. Can we say he had scored good? What if his score is the lowest in the class, or just below average, or it might be that his score is the highest score of the class? So some percentage when assessed with respect to the overall standard disclose the matter specifically. So we may say that measurement is a relative concept in education. Next is measurement errors. There are certain uncontrollable factors which sometimes elevate or inflate or reduce the scores. For example, factors like nervousness or some immediate factors may affect a child's achievement or performance in a particular test, which may inflate or reduce his actual score. So these are certain there are certain measurement errors, certain uncontrollable factors which cannot be treated, which result in errors. Beside these, at times a measure may not be valid or reliable or truly objective or truly representative of the behavior being measured. So these are the limitations of measurement which we come across when we measure any attribute or variable in the field of education. With this, we come to the end of our presentation, and here in this presentation we have discussed about measurement, evaluation, the meaning, the concept, the differences, and about the limitations of measurement. So thank you.